Welcome to The Goal with Marcus Wood. It's an inside look at the DBU women's soccer team alongside head coach Marcus Wood and center back Parker Coe, midfielder Ann Louthan. I'm Reagan Radcliffe. What a start it's been to this 2025 season. 7 straight wins right out of the gates. Boy, how encouraged are you by the start?
Absolutely. We scheduled tough intentionally. We scheduled to get beat. We scheduled to test ourselves. It's tough to get these girls beat. And we played a lot of great competition, which has made us significantly better. We're growing and improving by the day. We still have a lot of room for improvement, but we're pretty happy with where we're at in terms of results.
So you bring with you 2 of your leaders. But how special, Parker Coe and Louthan, just in terms of what they bring on the field, but as well as off?
They're the leadership of the team. They serve the team daily. There's not a day that goes by that there's not problems to solve. On the field, they've been unbelievable. We wouldn't expect them to be our leading scorers, but they're our leading scorer. They're our leading scorers right now with 2 goals, 2 assists. But they just do whatever is needed for the team to win. And if it's put the ball in the net, they'll do it in the last 3 minutes of a game. And if a lot of defensive dirty work, the last 15 minutes of the game last night was a lot of just defensive work to clear away. They do whatever is necessary for this team, and we would be where we are without them.
You know, Parker, you arrived 4 years ago. I don't think you've ever missed a start in your career. You've been to the postseason all 3 years, an All-American last season. When you think back to coming out of high school, could you have ever envisioned the career that you're having, and just what's the development been like here?
Yeah, so it's been such a huge blessing, obviously, stepping into a role that's a starting position my first year. Total gift. I'm so thankful. But honestly, the preparation, freshman year going into it, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to work really hard if I want to start, if I want to get playing time even. So I think just having that mindset and staying in my own lane, not worrying about what everyone else is going around me, but just focusing on myself and what I have to do.
You know, Ann, you got a really unique story. You coming in from UC Colorado Springs, but your family, it's fascinating. Your dad played quarterback at Air Force. Your mom plays college soccer. You got 3 siblings that have played all played college sports. What was life like in your home, just in terms of how competitive it was, and how does that kind of shape who you are today?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you said, lots of family growing up in sports. And I think everything was kind of revolved around competition in sports. And I also have a lot of cousins that have played. And it's just kind of been an awesome journey to see. And like my parents are always so supportive and have just given me such great opportunity growing up. And, having a lot of older siblings to beat up on it kind of helps. So, yeah, it's been awesome.
It's made it Ann tough in the midfield for you. That was a big question mark for you. I mean, you had to battle through some injuries in the midfield. You've had to utilize some players maybe out of what their normal position would be. But when you look at where you are right now, as you get into conference play, where you started with those questions marks, what kind of progress have you seen in the midfield?
If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that we'd be without Jolie, Benson, Hanneman, and Toya, and we'd be holding our own, we'd be over the moon. The loss of those 2 is a big deal. Ann's a big factor in what's happened. Sydney Hopper, a freshman, she had a rough game against Regis. We let her know, and she responded incredibly. And Sid's been fantastic for Gina out of position. Then off the bench, Emma Crowley's done really well. Carly Jikas has come in and give us some good minutes. There's just a lot of players that had to fill in the absence of Hannah and Joe.
One area that you might be the most special team in the country is in terms of your back row. The center backs might be the 2 best in the country in Parker Coe and Kenzie Tufts. With that being said, the back line, I mean, you've given up 2 goals this year in 7 matches, 4 straight shutouts. What makes that defensive back line so hard to break down? What's the communication like back there?
Honestly, like you said, in the communication, I think Kenzie and I have worked really well together, just communicating, like, okay, you step, I cover, you got this girl coming over, and just over communication. What he always says, communication's like an extra person on the field. Lauren Walker's done awesome. Skylar Bellinger, too, stepping into his big roles. Kyler, everyone's done really well and really embraced their new roles and stepped into and bought into the team.
Now, we talk about the preparation that goes into a season, into a match. I don't think there's any team that's more prepared than this crew right here. And what's it look like on a given week in terms of film preparation? There's nobody that watches more film than him, and I don't think more than this team. But what does that look like in terms of getting ready for opponent? How much confidence does that give you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, it kind of all attests to Woody and the hard work that he puts in and kind of the culture that he's built there. And he's spending countless hours breaking down film for us, sending it to us. We're all able to kind of do that on our own. And then, obviously we all come together and there's scouting reports and there's film. And it definitely brings a lot of confidence going into games. And we feel very ready for kind of matching up with the next team, and we at least kind of know what we're going to get in our plan. And so it's super nice.
You talked about this just a moment ago, that the leading goal scorers had 2 goals. 10 players on this team that have scored this season, and your 17 goals. The goal distribution is incredible. What does that speak just to the wealth of talent that you have and the depth that you have?
I think all 10 of those young ladies are capable of scoring, along with several other young ladies that are capable of scoring. I don't think we're done with that. I think there's going to be more young ladies score. Last night, I wouldn't go into a game projecting that, hey, Ashley Washburn and Bella Medina are going to be the 2 that score the goals, but they're capable, and any one of those 10 are capable of stepping up and scoring when we need a goal.
Team is ranked number 4 now. It was preseason favorite in the conference, but how do you guys keep it just in perspective, trying to focus game to game? Because obviously there's some goals that are attainable for this team. You can make a very deep postseason run, but how do you try to keep it in perspective right now?
At the end of the day, I think we have to focus on the game and the task at hand, taking it step by step. Obviously, these trophies back here are nice to look at and nice and shiny, but we have to focus on the task at hand. Okay, we're going to beat this team. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to score, how we're going to execute, executing that. And then, okay, next game. So back to the drawing board, taking it one step at a time.
I know you're both seniors, but is there added incentive as a senior this year to say, hey, this is my year, this is our year, that I want to do something special?
100%. I think, obviously kind of coming into senior year, it's kind of a weird feeling. There's a lot of last, and we definitely want to leave with no regrets and making it special. And so I think especially this year, we all, especially being in a Christian university, we want to leave a mark that's more than just on the field. And we know that no matter what, the Lord is victorious. And so we want to make sure that other teams know who we serve and why we do what we do. And so I think especially this season, that's something that has been really big for us.
It's going to make you proud as a coach to hear those words in terms of just kind of keeping things in perspective.
It's amazing how often the players help re-perspective the 50-year-old coach. It's very easy to get caught up in winning and losing, but our first perspective is to serve the Lord.
Yeah. Eastern New Mexico comes to town on Saturday. You get ready for them. We've had a tough schedule through the first 7. Back from a road trip. What's key for you on Saturday?
It's senior day. So on senior day, we want some sort of story of one of the seniors doing something special. We got 8 very special seniors. And I think the energy that game will give us, I think you'll see something special from the Patriots.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. DBU, Eastern New Mexico on Saturday. And a lot of fun debate. Talking to you guys for head coach Marcus Wood, Parker Coe, and Louthan. I'm Ray DeBrack.